The woke left is constantly telling you what you can and can't say, and what you can and can't do, and what you can and can't think. And Dr. Phil seems like he's had enough of it. And when he sits down with Cenk, a notorious leftist, I should say, he corners him and asks him about this woke cancel culture. Let's watch.
Doesn't it seem like people on the left are even to the point of telling you what words you can use, not even saying what you can question or not, but what words you can use to express yourself? That's what worries me sometimes. And words are powerful, so that bothers me. I mean, we spend more time, is this someone experiencing homelessness, or is this a homeless person? I worry that we sometimes, and I'm the first one to say words are powerful, but I worry sometimes that when we're saying, we're not going to call this a felon, we're going to say this is someone that has experienced the justice system. Seriously, they don't want to have an admissions office. They want to say this is the office of registry or something, because they want people to feel rejected. I mean, come on, we've gone too far in this. People need to feel rejection sometimes.
Dr. Phil on the Dr. Phil podcast does a great job, I think, of just having humility and saying we've gone too far, but really it's not we. It's not people like Dr. Phil who do challenge people, who has people sit down, and he really makes them have to reason with what they're thinking. It's not really we, it's really he. People like he, like Cenk Uygur from the Young Turks, people like them are the reasons why it's gone out of pocket. It's gotten too crazy.
That's how they toughen up and work harder so the next time they're not rejected. I worry sometimes that we're focusing on the wrong things. Instead of worrying about how we describe the homelessness, let's fix it. I don't care so much what we call it as I do getting this person off the street, out of the elements, and a path to
Okay, that glitch was not on my end. That's on the video.
becoming a contributing member of society so they can be proud of who they are and find a way back to their life again. I mean, that, to me, deserves more focus than how it's being labeled. And not that that is not worthy of some consideration, but sometimes it seems to be the focus of the consideration.
Yeah, I totally agree. And so, again, I'll be bipartisan here. So,
Yeah, it's about time. It's about time. When you're sitting down with like a legend like Dr. Phil, I think it's kind of a little harder for you not to agree, honestly.
I remember when Dick Cheney used to do this, and he said, "Oh no, we're not calling it torture anymore. It's now enhanced interrogation."
Yeah, well, come on.
Come on, right? So,
Yeah.
so now the left is doing it. So they started saying, "No, you don't say homeless anymore. You say unhoused." Why? Well, it's the same exact thing.
Does it make you less cold?
Yeah, it doesn't give him a blanket if you call him unhoused instead of homeless, right? I mean, why? What are we doing here? What are we doing? So, like, if you find an offensive word, here, I'll give you an example, like redskin. Okay, no, that's offensive because you're labeling their skin color, and it's a thing that they definitely do not like, do not want. Okay, but then
Whoa, 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 whoa. I thought this was the melting pot, right? I thought this was the melting pot. And I thought that they appreciated representation, right? Don't they like representation? Okay, so what? It's a red skin. Are we acting like this is a slur now? Like what is he even talking about? You can see people and you can ask people like Indian, Native Americans, you can ask them, how do you feel about this sports team? And they just say, oh, I like it. It's cool. It's honoring us. It's our heritage. You know, so it's silly.
we go to Native American. Okay, good, great, wonderful. Okay, now, no, First people or indigenous people. Guys, Native American's fine. Like, it's not offensive, 1%. Why are we constantly changing every freaking word? And then if someone hasn't caught up to your fourth change, this is the most important part. Then you shame them and you scold them.
Yeah.
And you say that they're immoral because they hadn't caught up on your thesaurus and what we're calling homeless folks and Native Americans.
Yeah, and that glossary changes sometimes so fast that you better be dialed in, particularly if you're on the air like we are. You better check that glossary before you start the show because it could have changed since last night.
Yeah, that woke glossary. You got to make sure you update that woke glossary every week, huh? With these progressive, crazy people.
That's right. And I've been canceled by every part of the political spectrum, and that's one of the things they cancel you over. But let me give you a personal example. So my name is Cenk Uygur, but the C is pronounced like a J, which is unusual. It's a Turkish name, and you don't see that in English. You don't see that in America. So some folks on the left would say, if somebody says Cenk instead of Cenk, that's harming you, or that's a microaggression. No, it's called they don't know that a C is pronounced as a J in Turkish, and why the heck would they know that? Like, for God's sake, oh, you said the Kamala Harris is the name the wrong way. Who cares?
Well, you are a delicate flower.
Yeah, I might break if you say if you pronounce my name wrong. I mean, how are they supposed to know it's pronounced Uyghur? Besides which, it isn't. We made that up just so people could say it. It's actually Uyghur. I'm not going to try to force Americans to say Uyghur. Come on. Be reasonable, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Wow. I thought his name was Chunk Yogurt.
We focus on the wrong things sometimes. I love the fact that we come from seemingly different points of view, but can sit here and have a conversation like this. People don't know, but we've probably spent, 4 hours together today? We had lunch, we talked about things, got to know each other better. When I was on your show, we spent more time out in the parking lot talking than we spent on the show. I've learned a lot about you. I've been transparent with you, I think. There's so much more than somebody's opinion or belief about something. That doesn't trivialize those beliefs. They're important to you, mine are important to me. But you don't have to like everything about somebody to like that person. You don't have to agree with somebody on everything to have a relationship with that person. That's
Yeah, exactly. And see, the left has somehow taken control of the narrative, said that they are the tolerant left, and then at the same time, they're the quickest ones to go in and tell you that you haven't acted a certain way, and this is inappropriate, and we're going to cancel you, and we're going to dox you, and find your social security number, and do as much as we can in our power to make sure that you cannot live like you should, right? It's not just, hey, I don't agree with this, I have opinions. It is call to action, and they are actively trying to figure out how to hurt you and take you down. That is what they are doing. And Dr. Phil corners Cenk and says, hey, in the nicest way possible, you got to get the people who follow you to actually be tolerant. If we don't want a divided country, it's your side that's doing it, and you have to take a stand and disagree with it. That's at least what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one.